Great morning. It is a grateful Tuesday. How are you this morning? I hope you are doing absolutely amazing. It's your girl Crystal Flowers coming up here in just a second with my girl Candy Brown. And you know how we do every Tuesday. We come up here to just give you a little bit of hope, something that you can take along your day, meditate on, reflect on, and just maybe even put into your life. So she'll be jumping on in just a second. And we are going to get this thing hopping and popping. But right now, how did your morning start? You better be saying amazing. You better be saying great. You better be saying good. No matter how it got started, it's not how it finishes. So,
Hey, girlie.
hey, so I was just,
Oh,
hi.
go ahead. No, it was saying join room.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I guess
so,
they lazy.
okay. So Candy is actually traveling this morning en route, but we want to just come up here really quick and talk about persistence.
Candy is
So Candy, go
actually
ahead and
traveling.
introduce
He's
yourself
over
right
there
quick.
watching on now.
Hello. She's freezing.
Crystal,
Yes, ma'am.
can you hear me? Sorry about that.
I can now. You froze for a second.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
So what now? Can you hear me? It's like I'm in and out.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Candace, a mama twins. Good morning, entrepreneur. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
So, guys, this morning good morning, House of Service. This morning we are going to be talking about persistence, guys. And me and Candy both we actually watched this movie called The Founders, and I suggest that you watch it because there were so many different messages inside of that movie. But one of them was persistence. The guy in there, Ray Kroc, who was the one that actually he did not found. McDonald's, but he was so persistent, you would have never thought that he did, right? I don't know if you're familiar with the story, but he actually, put an idea in front of these two brothers who had a small drive-through type thing. They had a system. And he went in and he wanted to integrate and improve their system and make it better. But for me, when I watched the movie, I saw that they were in a stuck position. Their mind could only take them so much. Their mind only took them to one place, right? It didn't take them beyond that place that they were in their imagination inside of their vision. And he saw their vision so much bigger, and he tapped into it. And they kept putting obstacles in front of him, saying, "No, no, 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 we don't want this, we don't want that." But in the end, he was so persistent that he really kind of railroaded these guys, just
Right.
took over their vision, even took their last name. How you do that, right? McDonald's took their name, and he was so persistent and driven that he was actually even made them think that he actually founded McDonald's, and he really didn't, right? But because he was so persistent in what he visualized for the company, he actually took off and went to a whole nother level.
Right.
So today we want to encourage you, like if you're somewhere and you're in a stuck place, you need to get in a quiet place and just reimagine your vision. Because sometimes you got to tweak the vision. And I
Yeah.
think that was what happened here for these guys. They never tweaked their vision. They just said, this is it for this vision. This is what we want. We're not thinking about anything else. They didn't think about measurements and goals and different things like that for the future of the business. They were just in that one place. And he had taken their vision and just catapulted it into something else. And because he was persistent, he dominated them. Candy, you were good. You doing a lot of extra now. You got all
Glad.
these filters, four screens, everything. Girl, you are beautiful. You are fine, right? Can you be persistent with that video, that shot?
That's right. No,
So that,
I was just playing with the filters, but I'm listening to my sister. But go ahead.
yeah, but that was my take on that movie. the persistence, like, just going in and reimagining and sometimes tweaking your vision in order for it to go forth, right? You may have looked at it one way, but there may be some other corners and some different things you can tweak and make it staying true to your vision, but elevating it to the next level by making some little tweaks and adjustments. So, Candy, you go ahead and you give me your take on it.
Okay, yeah. So I watched the movie last night. You can hear me, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's kind of weird because the car phone is on. But anyway, so I watched the movie last night, and looking at the founders, they didn't have vision. They were very comfortable with what they had, and sometimes that is okay, and sometimes it's not okay when you're working so hard and you're not getting to the next level. And so when what was the guy named Richard?
Ray Kroc.
Okay, that's right, Ray. When Ray came in, it was for me. What I got out of Ray was his passion. Like he just had, like when he saw McDonald's, it's like he was just like he knew it was gonna be something bigger, and they didn't have that passion like he had. They didn't have that drive and that ambition. And he did have a vision. There were so many no's. There were so many rejections. His house payment was behind like 3 months, and he just kept going and kept going and kept going. And even in the midst of the storm, even for me right now, going through things, you have to have the faith. It's all about faith, and you and I talked about that. You have to just keep going no matter what it looks like. And when he was talking to, when he was on the phone with a young lady, he was telling her, like, nobody has ambition, nobody's willing to take a risk. And you have to be willing to take that risk when you have a vision. See, when it don't come from God, it's kind of like blah, blah, blah. When you have that vision, when you see with your imagination, you will keep going. Because you believe. You got to believe.
That is so true.
That's my take on it.
It is. And something you just said was the risk. That risk is usually people don't take the risk because they feel uncomfortable. And you're usually
they're scared.
Yeah. And usually whatever's gonna happen for you is in that uncomfortable. Your vision will explode when you get into that uncomfortable position. That uncomfortable will take you to that next level. And I've known that since having been an entrepreneur and doing this thing for a couple of years. I know that the uncomfortable usually catapults me to the next level. And I'm pretty sure you have experienced this too, Candy. But it's that uncomfortable place is what pushes you. Those guys never wanted to get uncomfortable. They had experienced the uncomfortable, and they was like, when he came to them, oh, we tried that before and it didn't work. And he was like, no, we got to go relook at this again.
Right.
And they were afraid of getting uncomfortable, whereas he wasn't. And so that driving that ambition, that's the persistence that he had to keep going. So guys, we encourage you on this morning to be persistent in whatever you're going after. Relook at your vision. Sometimes, like I said, your vision needs to be tweaked, right? It might be that one little thing that you switch up that will take you and just take that thing to the, will just skyrocket you to the next level. So we encourage you on today just to get in a quiet place, right? And look at it and say, you know what is it that I need to do in order, and just ask God, what is it I need to do to elevate this, for this to go forth, right? And it may be even putting God in the front of it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So sometimes that's it. Sometimes we got a lot of me in the front, and we have not put God in the front of our businesses. So we encourage you on today just to stay persistent, keep going. Don't get comfortable. Take the risk. Leap.
And
jump.
And Crystal, I want to say this too. And be passionate, because they didn't have any passion. They were like, okay, we're fine with this. They didn't have any creative ideas, because it wasn't like for Ray, it was like it was just a passion. Like, I don't think the founders had the passion they have, because if you don't have the passion, you're not gonna go through things. You'll be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna give up because you're not passionate about your purpose. When you're passionate about it, you will continue to go and go and go. If that makes sense.
It does it makes absolutely good sense. And so, good morning, Kimmy. So, we encourage you on today, like we do every Grateful Tuesday, is to reflect on two things that you are truly grateful for on today. Right? It may be that you have lights, water, you got sight. Right? You may not have the thing that you want to have, but you have the things that you have right now for this season, and the things that you have in front of them. Don't disregard them as not being relevant, right? Be grateful for the things that you have. So focus on two things today that you are truly grateful for. All right? That's all I got,
Okay.
Kenny. You got anything you want to add?
I'm grateful that even though my car broke down this morning, I'm still riding in the car. I want my car though. I want my car.
But you are grateful that you are able.
Oh yeah. All day. I
You
just
were
had to throw
able.
that in there.
Yes, yes, yes. Yep.
You
You
know,
riding in the car. You get where you need to go.
that's my gratitude. That's right. I'll be able to go to Walmart in a few.
Girl, when you can go to
Pick
Wally
up them
World, it's
Capri Suns, girl. Yeah.
oh, that's right. So, guys,
All
you have
right.
an absolutely amazing day on purpose and be grateful today. All right, toodles.
All right. Love you, Crystal. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. Tell my sister good morning, Kimmy. Toodles.